So 2 years ago, I found myself in need of a job. And I went through the grueling process. I went through all the job sites. I went through the advertisements in the newspaper. And I went through the horribleness that is networking. And I survived it. Now, at the same time that this was going on, my parents decided to come visit me in town. And it just so happened that my dad was the one that stumbled upon the job ad of the exact design position job that I wanted. Now, for anybody else, this is a lucky day. This is my moment. Unfortunately, it was my dad that found that ad. And in his enthusiasm, he decided to show me the ad and then immediately hand me the phone and say, "Call right now." Call right now? I can't just call right now. I haven't done any preparation. I haven't looked up the company. I haven't internet stalked them at all. I haven't made up scenarios of the worst case things they could possibly say in the interview. I can't call right now, Dad. Don't make me call right now. He wouldn't accept those excuses. He had put his foot down. Why didn't he understand? So with a heavy heart, I trudged up to my room, locked the door, and I made the most terrifying phone call of my life. Now, 1/3 to 1/2 of the population identifies themselves as introverted. So if you're not introverted, you're certainly encountering them. Raise your hand if you think you're introverted. That's a significant amount. And the one point I want you to take away from this speech is that introverts, they process the world a little bit differently. Now, there's a lot of studies that go with introversion. It's an incredibly fascinating subject, but we're going to only focus on 2 today. And that is, introverts tend to be more cerebral as people. They tend to be locked inside their minds more. They need a lot more preparation before you throw them out into the world. And number 2, they process social stimulation quite a bit differently from extroverts. Now, a 2012 study conducted by Harvard psychologist Randy Buckner found that those people that identified themselves as introverts tend to have developed a thicker gray matter in their brain associated with the prefrontal cortex. Now that's the region of the brain that is associated with abstract thought and decision making. And if you look at some of the most interesting introverts in history, we have Lincoln, we have Eleanor Roosevelt, we have Einstein, we have Gandhi, and if you're a Harry Potter fan, we have the actress Emma Watson. I know I am. Now, if you see those people, they definitely tend to have more abstract thought. They've made their footprint on the world by having abstract thought. Definitely, Einstein left his footprint on the world by having a different decision-making process, that's for sure. Now, problem is, a lot of this abstract thought has to be done alone. And that's when thoughts really tend to come alive for an introvert, which leads me to the ever-challenging aspect of trying to get through social stimulation. It's a tough field for us introverts to try and get through social events. Now, Susan Cain, the bestseller author of the book Quiet, said that introverts need a more quiet, minimal stimulation in order to be their best in their thought process. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm usually the one in the corner at the party. And there's a lot coming at me. There's people, there's sounds, there's talking, there's music, there's lights. I can't process anything. I have a thought, somebody's interrupted me, I've lost the thought, what just happened? I start to shrink down. And so I tend to think as introverts more as the rechargeable battery. The older they get, the more they start to die. You need to put them in their plug, and you need to leave them alone for a few hours. Now I bet you're wondering, whatever happened to that job interview that I had? I'm happy to say I got it. I got the job. I turned it down because they were doing a design job on a 1998 iMac Indigo G3. This was not that long ago. It still had dial-up to connect to the internet. It was pathetic. So the cerebral part of me discovered this was a sinking ship. It's going down. I don't want to be on board. And then I knew when the owner of the company was railing against email, saying that his clients should come to him. This was way more social stimulation than I was ready for. I'm an introvert. I process the world differently.